Hey guys, Finlox here, back with our blind playthrough of, I keep wanting to say Glimmerwick, because I've seen that, but Eastshade. We're back with Eastshade. With me today is Manny, he's up there. Jack will probably come in a minute. I was actually going to put on a real shirt, not this. This is one of my old army undershirts. It's still, like, they're still in fantastic shape. It's really amazing, actually. They're pretty great. They're great just for, puttering around shirts, working out, whatever. They're just good, you know? And it's just a brown t-shirt basically, but it's just really solid, you know? Alright. Said it gets cold at night, and I really wish I had read that because, exploration gets tough without... I don't know. Okay, so last time we did... I know we wandered around... We wandered around the Blushwood Forest a bit. We explored, we saw this thing, we saw the mirror, Mudwillow's mirror, we solved the puzzle of the Mudwillow thing, and I think we did the K&K Apothecary and Ranya's quest as well. Blushword, not a whole lot, it's not very... It's good enough. You don't need things everywhere, you know what I mean? But there's like 1, 2, 3, 4 things and change. So it's good enough. All right, let us. What do we want to? Yeah, that's probably fine. And then I may. So the goal, I think Mudwillow is asking for... yeah, a strange riddle. It's, blah, blah, blah. A site that aligns. Because she talked about, oh, you're a painter, right? And a site that aligns, yeah. Okay, I'm pretty sure she's talking about the eclipse. And I think, but I don't know for sure, that she wants it inside that, that thing that matches the mirror that's just not, a little football looking thing. I don't know, man. I'm not into words. Anyway, yeah, this is so beautiful. And I was gonna say I was actually gonna put on a regular shirt, but oh good, just random feathers, awesome. But this is probably the only shirt that I'll be, or the only episode I'll be doing today. So I was like, eh. Because these actually take up quite a bit of space. Since we have a few seconds, let's see if we can run around and find more, like, feathers or other things. I saw roots. So those haven't yet respawned. So I wonder if it's going to be... like, roots take X number of days to respawn. Feathers... steak... certain number of days each, maybe. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. It's cool. Okay. Well, and that's the other thing, right? Like, organic stuff like roots and all that. Feathers, like... those appear. Oy. But the, but the boxes, like, those probably aren't going to come back, and that's unfortunate. But it's all good. But yeah, these actually, these episodes actually, recording them takes up quite a bit of space. You know, normally, a lot of the games I've been playing lately are far less graphically intensive, and so just don't take up anywhere near the amount of space that this one does. Talos Principle, I think, took up a lot as well, and let's go over here real fast. And what was the other one? Middle Earth? Because of all the rain and weather effects and everything else. But this, there's just so much, right? Grass and trees and... You know, so my hard drive is getting a little full, so I'm like, you know, let's record one and then we'll... and then we'll, awesome, another feather. And then, you know, I'll process them or whatnot, you know? And that'll be good. And then I'll, you know, tomorrow probably I'll record more. Because it's like... I think when I first started this, one of my buddies asked, like, are you going to save all the videos, all the project stuff? And I was like, there's no way. I was like, there's no way I can. It's just too... like right here. Yeah, she talked about birds. Oh, does she want an owl? A picture of an owl? A rare bird? Let's go talk to her again, assuming we can. And then if there's a couple owls, and if we could find one, we'll paint it, assuming I have the supplies. Maybe we'll get some money.
I just can't stop thinking about those owls I saw.
Okay. What sound did your owls make?
Hooty-hoo.
Hooty-hoo? That's pretty good. Oh, yeah, admission into Nava.
I can't say I know you all that well.
Yep. Yep.
Bye now.
Right, you do a quest for people, and there you go, she tells you. She's like, oh, I can't stop thinking about the owls. I'm like, okay. Had I known, because I thought it was just a bird at first, and then right now I just put it together. But, nope, don't pick that. As much as you want to, do not do it. Alright, so I know there's one, like, over there somewhere. And that would probably be really great if I could find it in the morning light. Oh. Oh, is that it? I heard it. I heard it, and then I'm like... I don't know if that turned out good. I was trying to get it. Yeah, there you go. That's pretty good. Rare bird updated. Awesome. I think I found the owl Annika spoke of. I should see if she wants my painting of it. Yes, indeed. And, yeah. Yeah, so I'll have to, as far as, like, processing these, it's, you know, when there's big files or whatever, it's, you know, you turn it into a video, And then, you know, the video itself that I upload is, I don't know, 8 gigs typically, as opposed to these. These are 30, so it's not terrible, but, you know, like Talos Principle I think was 70, and the Middle Earth stuff was like 50. And so, you know, when you think about, I have to record multiples, right? Because I can't do this. Oh. I can't do this every day, you know? So it, yeah, it fills up fast. And then you need the space to process the videos as well, so it's not,
What? You painted that owl? Can I buy it from you?
Sure.
This is great! Ooh, ooh. Is this too many glowstones? I wouldn't know.
Ooh.
I've never bought a painting before. You've got a real ear for birds. Let me know if you ever need anything.
Thanks, lady. Glad you like it.
Bye now.
I want to know... Oh, they do actually frame it. I was wondering about that, and that looks pretty great. Because I remember, like, that dude. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to put this right above my mantle or whatever. And so it's like, oh, does it actually... We have to pay attention, because we got to get to the brushwood in time for the eclipse. I bet that's it over there. Yeah. It's pretty great. You wouldn't want to put it over the fireplace, because that, fires are hot. Heat damages things after a while, you know? So, alright, cool. So that's good, and we got some glowstones. Now I feel a little bit better, because I was like, man, do I sell all these feathers? What do I do? I mean, you still don't know how much stuff costs. The fact that it's like... You know, someone gives you 10, another gives you 30. It's like, we're gonna... This game is very... It seems pretty stingy so far with its stuff. That thing just hanging in the air is a little weird, but... Alright, to the... Let's go this way. Watch out for the water foxes. Eggs. You have to eat all the eggs. Okay. Brushwood is over that way. Just follow your eyes, you know? I also want to fish. I don't know what the whole sand fish thing is, but I mean, it's probably not like near where you actually have to fish in the desert, but or I meant not near Automata, because near Automata has like oil or like oases in the desert that you can fish at, but I meant like actual near where you find soft sand. Like flowing sand, and you fish there. Oh, roots. I thought this was something, and it is, but not anything I could pick up, so, yeah. Anyway. I feel like we probably have a lot of time, but, and I heard cheeps. I wonder if you could hear... like, locate eggs by the sound. Yeah, this thing. Okay, well, See, I assume this is what she wants. Like, it to be right in the middle. I would hope. In the eclipse. We'll see. If not, I have plenty of inspiration. I might not have as many canvases, but... Let's make another couple. 9:45. It's gonna take... I mean, I see it moving really slowly, but... I just don't want to miss it, you know? And I think it starts at like 11 and it ends at like 1, somewhere around there, so... This is really nice, though. You know? I know there's like this whole thing of dead air. People are like, oh, you can't just sit there and say nothing. And it's like... But it's kind of nice sometimes, you know? Like, oh my god, I'm falling asleep, actually. Like, just sitting here being all relaxed, I'm gonna be like, ugh. Well, like, that's the worst thing yesterday. Playing the original Final Fantasy, I had, or the Pixel remaster, I had, my party was basically maxed out. And so you're going through a lot of these dungeons. Or, you know, the original Final Fantasy is a little weird because the stuff you get in the dungeons is not always the best stuff. You know, it's often comparable or worse to the stuff that you can just buy in shops. Which, I mean, it kind of makes sense, you know? And in a way that gives it, not always, there's some really fantastic stuff in there, but, you know, a lot of time the stuff you get in shops is better. So it's interesting in that regard. I suspect that allows for a lot more, you know, freedom of builds and stuff. But I had gotten to the point where I was sort of on autopilot, right? It's like you set a couple of your guys to attack, you set another one to use, like the gauntlets that shoot lightning, and then you have another one to heal. And so you're basically just cruising through encounters. And I was just getting really... I was getting really tired. Like, I was struggling to stay awake. But there was points where it was, like, difficult, you know? And then, I don't know if it needs to be right in the back. Like, does it need to be specifically in the middle? Or does it just need to be all red? Like, I think it just needs to be totally obscured. I don't know if she's particularly picky about... It needs to be 12:01 on the dot. But, it's kind of funny because I was considering giving up my playthrough. Like, you know, I've tasted it as with a different party. It's fine. But I'm glad I did because Chaos is huge bitch. In the Pixel remaster, like, they really amped up the difficulty of the final fight. So you just be... It's like hitting a wall. And it's pretty amazing because the first playthrough, he wasn't that difficult. But I suspect he was using a lot of spells, and I think that might be why. You know, apparently Temper stacks as well, which is huge. So you can cast Temper on your guys over and over again, and it'll increase the damage they're doing. Do I need to... I was trying to get, like that mountain's in it, so that's not gonna, you know... Okay, probably like this, right? We'll wait till noon exactly, that way, you know, just to be sure. Okay, this probably is good. Mudwillow's Riddle updated. I think I've solved Mudwillow's Riddle. I should take the painting to her. Yeah, let's do so. Oh, was,
Saddle Pops, he's a-coming for you. No ring, traveler? Hop to it. I'm counting on you to set things right in the sea.
No problem. Was this tent was not always here, I know that. And she has a fishing pole and some fish. What the heck? And a little hammock thing. Okay, well, you know. Is that how it works? One of these days we're going to set up a tent. Okay, there's the mirror. So the door is... And then we'll try getting into Nava after this. The door is... over here somewhere, I think. Oh, right here, maybe? I do appreciate them... It's probably just locked before. It's probably locked until you solve the puzzle.
Ah, here is something unexpected. I'd thought my riddle went neglected. The glowing sun confines me to mud, but this, it puts life in my blood. It's yours, most valuable thing I own, a trade for the clever wit you've shown. This brew's the only one of its kind, and its powers need a solid mind. Drink slow, once a day, your eyes will grow clear. Just a sip, and treasures will glow when you're near. Sip up, see well, but exercise care. This sight drains your spirit, till none can you spare. I devote myself to studying eyes, and I've seen plenty brimming with lies, but perhaps you're different in the end. Best wishes to you, my clever friend.
Interesting. So, okay, hang on. I'm not going to talk to her again. I don't know what she's going to say. I'm not sure I want to hear what she has to say, but I managed to solve Mudwillow's riddle. Mudwillow's tincture looks like it's infinite, right? So, 1 drop a day is all you need to find the items that you seek. Sip up, see well, but exercise care. This sight drains your spirit till none can you spare. I don't know what that means, but I was pretty excited to hear that it's like, oh, the like, oh, you can drink once a day. So I was like, oh, that's cool. To find the items that you seek. I don't know what that means. I don't know. My first thought was, well, you know, craftables or whatever, right? The things you can pick up on the ground, but I don't think it's that. I think this is more like it's a clue. This is probably more like, hey, it's gonna show you, you know, like little trails on the ground of like, you follow this to the, like, quest markers, right? It's probably something along those lines. And if that's the case, I'm fine not using it. But I don't know And the sight drains your spirit till none can you spare. I don't know what that means. But maybe you need the water after all. Drains your spirit. Drains this? Drains inspiration? That's a problem. That's probably actually what it drains, yeah. So we'll see. So it probably is like quest items or something. It's probably not just like, oh, run around and find eggs with this or whatever. So, all right, cool. We'll just save real fast. This thing hasn't crashed on me yet, but you know, I don't want it to. All right, so let's try going to Nava. We're hoofing it along. Yep. A little campfire. I will say that the quests here are doing them is pretty nice. Sometimes you get money, other times you get, well, nothing, but you always get something. Can I talk to you? Spare some carrots or whatever?
Da-dee-da, mice in my garden, fiddle-dee-dee, squash in my stew. See you soon.
Sorry, friend. Maybe we'll talk to the, excuse me, sheep. Talk to the mom.
Hi again. It's nice to see a familiar face. We don't get too many visitors out here.
Weird. So that's the, I'm drinking the Kicking Horse coffee. The stuff that before I was just like, oh, it's very mild. Oh, that's, oh. But today it seems like it has a bit more kick to it. I don't know why. Oh, a stick and a root. I'm blessed. It's so weird, you know? This kind of makes me feel like a kid. In a weird way. Like walking through and it's like, you find a nice stick and it's like, that's treasure, you know? But yeah, man, Chaos was a real, like, I thought I was good and then I frickin' died to him and I'm like, oh my god. Because I remember in the original Final Fantasy, Chaos was very, to be fair, like, the whole game was far more difficult, but then Chaos himself was not, you know, like, he was hard, but it was like, you had to get through the whole final dungeon and then fight him, and so it's like, he wasn't that much more difficult, right? Although, to be fair, you couldn't really screw around, because he could kill you, and he could also full heal himself. So, you know, you had to know what you were doing. But now, it's like, the game itself is overall easier, but they made the final boss way harder. And it's like, you know? So, I'm not sure that's a fair trade-off. But I guess it's okay. I guess it's alright. So let's see if we can get into Nava. Make a little bit of more progress today. I'm glad we solved 2 quests today. That was good.
Do you have your references in order?
I do. Give references.
Yes, it appears everything is in order. Go right ahead then. And welcome to Nava.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, lady. She'd probably maul me to death if I hadn't given her the things.
Can I help you? Can I help you?
Apparently not, because you...
Stay safe now.
Thank you. You know, as someone with a fear of heights in real life, I could not go into Nava. I might be able to do it, but I'd literally have to crawl along the ground, I think. Like, people don't understand. You know, because I'm near something, even if it has a railing, I'm just like, oh my god. You know? Okay. So I'm probably a monkey. This is very nice, though. And then we have Nava. There you go. Oh, we got a little inspiration. Ooh, maybe a lot of inspiration. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm supposed to deliver pastries to someone, right? The tarnished teapot. Can I actually talk to any of these people, though? Ooh, here in a couple hours, it's gonna be nighttime. This is the baker dude, right?
Oh, Leilani.
Okay. Who's Leilani?
Well, she works in the spice shop down in the lower market. She's not the best cook, though. But she's wonderful. I mean, you know, she's a great person. So kind, funny, thoughtful. We've been spending a lot of time together lately. Things are really so great between us. I think I want to ask her if she'll be my girlfriend. I want to be somewhere special when I ask her, though. Somewhere magical and perfect. Like sitting on a golden cloud at sunset while butterflies circle around us. But you're probably not interested in this kind of thing.
I mean, okay, so I think this answers my question, right? Like, ChatGPT does recommend woke games. I asked it if it does, and it says no. To be fair, I asked it if it recommended games that were like politically leaning or whatever, and it said no, but clearly it is. Now, does it know that it's doing it, or is it lying? I couldn't tell you. And then, I mean, again, here's the thing. This specifically, you notice? Let me ask you this so far, okay? Because I have no problem with relationships. Like, oh, so-and-so, oh, I'm interested in them. Will you tell them that I like them or whatever? But you notice that in these woke games, they have to force their agenda out there. It's not enough, like I mentioned this an episode or two ago, acceptance is indifference. But that's not enough to people. People need their things validated. They need to be, that is a hell of a truck outside. They constantly need to be praised, right, for their choices, right? Because I don't give a shit. And in a world that is like post gender ideology or whatever, this would be fine. But the problem is we've explored enough, and we've encountered 2 homosexual relationships and 0 straight relationships. You know what I mean? Like, in nature, homosexuality is like it's not the norm, and in fact it's healthy societies look down upon it because it is abnormal, right? Like, if you're gay, it means you can't get a woman. It means you're not successful. You're not of status, right? And if you're a lesbian, it's like, well, you can't get a man. you know, they're social faux pas, basically. And that's not to say that it doesn't exist. You know, and a lot of the gay stuff is actually abuse or other kind of horrible shit in history. I mean, but if this was a real thing, I don't know, man. It's like if this society was real and healthy, homosexuality would be shunned because it's unhealthy behavior. It's like being an alcoholic. You know what I mean? That's kind of what this stuff is. They're basically like, look at all the drugs I use. Drug using is my hobby. Tell me how great it is, because they you know. And one of my hypotheses is that they need the validation because they know it's. I'm not going to use the word degenerate, but it's not healthy. It's, you know, honestly, I think a lot of the men and women, their reasons for homosexuality are different. If you look, I mean, honestly, if you look, women are, it's usually convenience, you know, or a lack of choice, right? Lack of mate selection. Like people don't, you know, it's never like the hot women that are lesbians. You ever notice that? Because dudes want them. It's always the fat, ugly ones most of the time, right? Whereas men, it's usually, I mean, if you really look, you know, people are going to hate me for saying this stuff, right? But if you really look, it's from, generally speaking, because they were sexually abused men. You know, and I do believe that some are born that way. There's a link between, it has to do with like the mom during pregnancy, like the more kids that she's had and the lower her testosterone, the higher the chance that her son will be gay. But there hasn't been a whole lot of research on that. You know, I'm sure it's been blocked by people that are like, no, you're saying it's bad. And it's like, well, it's not. It might be a form of birth defect. Like, I'm not saying it's bad necessarily. But it's like if your parents have, like, we inherit our parents' genetics, right? So if your parents are more likely to be addicts, right? You should know that you are more likely, if you're their child, you're more likely to be an addict yourself. But it's almost like these people are like, no, you can't tell them because there's something wrong with them. And it's wrong to say that there's something wrong with them. It's like, well, you're telling them because you want them to be aware of it. Anyway, I don't know. It is a very beautiful game, and I don't really have a problem with relationships, same-sex relationships, but it's like we've seen 2 and 0, you know, normal relationships. And yes, I said normal because heterosexual relationships are normal. Same-sex relationships are abnormal. That's just how it is. Sorry, not sorry, right? But it's, you know, anyway. It's just, can't we get back to the 80s where we don't give a shit? You know? Like, why does it need to be, like... One last thing and then I'll shut up. Oh, interesting, we get city music. Right on. For these people, gay people, the LGBTQ plus P people, right? You notice I add the P in there. I say it every time. And that's deliberate, by the way, because they're shielding child predators. But for them to make it such a huge part of their identity means that they're basically worthless people. Sorry, right? But if you have accomplished so little in your life that you are more proud of the dicks that you suck, then I don't know what to tell you, right? Right? I work with doctors that they're like, oh, I graduated Penn State, or I graduated such and such, or I graduated wherever. And it's like, that's a big part of their identity. Because it's an accomplishment. You know? If they were like, oh, I'm more proud of being gay than I am of graduating from, like, an Ivy League school or whatever. Like, that's... I mean, I'm sure there are people that are more proud of that stuff, but I don't know, man. It's like, you know, anyway. But whatever, we'll help them get together. Go ahead and propose on the hot air balloon. That's fine, you know. I mean, because that's the thing. Like, sorry, I know I said one last thing, but this is hopefully the last thing. The problem with these motherfuckers putting their agenda in everything, right? And they're doing it on purpose. It's like they say they're not. They're like, oh, we just want representation, but it's like that's like the male feminist thing of, oh, I just want to support women, right? It's intentionally deceitful and manipulative. Because if they really cared about representation, they'd ensure that the number of black people in advertisements was only 13% instead of the 50 to 60% that it is currently. Okay? They don't actually give a shit about representation. They're pushing their agenda. And so I'm actually more of like, I don't know if you'd call it libertarian or probably more like anarchist, to be honest. Like, I want to do what I want as long as it doesn't hurt anyone. And I want you to do what you want as long as it doesn't hurt anyone. But that means that the third person can also do what the hell they want as long as it doesn't hurt anyone. So it's like, yeah, you could be gay, you could loudly proclaim it that you are. But that other person, they could say that they hate gay people. And I support both sides. I support both, not both sides, but I support both people's rights, you know, to say what they want. But unfortunately, a lot of these people are like, no, you can't say that you hate gay people because that's blah, 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 blah. And it's like, anyway. All right, let's help these gay bears get together. Anyway, tell me more.
She loves bread. So yesterday I baked her a loaf in the shape of a rose. We ate it together on a bench in the garden. It was so perfect. Oh my god. What if I already missed the perfect moment? I'm just so nervous to ask the question. Would you do me a favor? Can you find out Leilani's favorite place? I know it's kind of silly to dance around like this. I just want it to be special.
I can do that. No, love is disgusting. I mean, let's face it. You have cooties. Girls have cooties. That's how it works. When she talked about bread, I thought about, I mean, your bears, you should eat fish. And then I'm like, oh, fish, lesbians, ha 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 ha. Right? That was, that's sort of the connection in my brain. But yeah, let's help these bears get together.
You're the best. She works in the spice shop down in the lower market area. Let me know what you find out. Please hurry. I'm so excited.
You know, and sorry, but I feel like it's a bit much to just ask the stranger that you just met to find out about your future fiancés, whatever. Like when Breath of the Wild did it, it was funny, right? Because it was not it was more real, right? If you're asking what, like the girl, you meet some dude in the town, and he's like, "Oh man, I love, I'm really interested in the inn girl, the girl that runs the inn. Find out what she likes." And she's just tired of people being creeps. And so when you ask her what she likes, she's like, "Oh, bugs, whatever." And so this dude's like, "I need 100 grasshoppers," or whatever it is. She just like says something to get you away. And that's more realistic. Whereas this is like, "Hey stranger, I just met. Let me force my relationship upon you." Like, so, I don't know. Anyway. But either way, like I said, here's my big thing. And I'm sorry. I really, 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 really hate the political bullshit. Because for me, I'm a person that's like, yeah, I'm going to respect your beliefs. And I assume you're going to respect mine. But these people don't. They try to force their agendas upon you. And I don't mean, when I say these people, I don't mean like gay people. I mean agenda people, agenda pushers in general, right? And I'm coming to realize that that's probably the norm, is that most people just want to force their agenda on others, right? And it's probably the same amount of people that you can't really have a discussion with. So I've said this before. Most people, I think, I don't really debate. I don't really talk to people in general about things, right? Because generally speaking, you can't really talk to people. People, when you have a discussion, probably anywhere from 95, let's say 95% of people, they go into it and they approach differing information as if it's an enemy, as if it's a threat. And this is what, I mean, there's actually a biological reason. Like, it actually makes total sense. You get defensive because your brain considers opposing information to be like an enemy attack, right? And that's why people get defensive and stuff. But you have to train yourself, and I'm terrible at it too, by the way. I'm untrained in this regard, but you have to train yourself to not see it that way. That way you can actually have a good discussion about it. My strategy is basically, we'll talk for a bit and I'll be like, "Let me think about it." And then I'll disengage. And then, over a day or two, I'll consider it, right? And then I'll re-engage. But most people don't even get that far. They're just like, "I'm right because I'm right because it's me." And it's like, if there was a better way, then I'd be wrong, and I'm not wrong, right? So you can't discuss with people, not really. But and I think the percentage of people that you can discuss with is probably the same percentage of people that would actually respect the opinions of others instead of being like, "No, you're wrong." Yeah, it's unfortunate. So, yeah. I'm not wishing for me to be so naive because, again, like, I think whether the developers are doing it intentionally or not, like I said, 2 gay relationships, 0 heterosexual relationships. And there's even the whole like quasi, like, what's the deal with Onar and Bojan? Is that his son? Is it a weird, is he molesting a retarded kid? Like, what's going on there? You know what I mean? Like, the only people in relationships in this game are gays. Which, yeah. Like I said, still like the game, but now I need to check the tags for the LGBTQ plus P tag. But anyway, guys, that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for your time and attention. Really do appreciate it. Really hope you guys are enjoying these episodes. Yeah. Questions, comments, concerns, good, bad, or indifferent. Let me hear them. Leave a comment. I totally don't mind. Even if there's a lot of people that leave mean comments, and I'm just like, you know, F you or whatever. I don't say that, but it is really fun, kind of, to when leftists accuse me of being a bigot, and I'm like, why do you have to, you know, I think at one point I was like, it must be nice to resort to name calling instead of actually dealing with the argument or something like that. Because they just want to win. All these, and I don't mean leftists in general. I was seeing something earlier today about how people on the right, now they feel like they have a political majority in whatever the House or the Senate or some bullshit. I don't even know, but they're like, oh, we want to ban porn. All of a sudden there's this thing to ban porn, which coincidentally seems to follow the pushback against the credit card companies, right? Credit card companies censor porn. People push back. All of a sudden, everyone decides they want to ban porn. But totally, they're not paid actors, right? I feel insane. But, you know, hold on to your entertainment, I guess I would say, because these MFers, like those of us that actually are capable of thought, and I'm not necessarily labeling myself as such, but those of you that are maybe more capable than the average person, we're doomed. We're doomed because we're outnumbered by the morons, by the retards, by all these people that are willing to take bribes or whatever, the paid agitators, the paid, all that stuff. It's just so tiring. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Well, it's unfortunate. Game is fun, though. Game is fun, nice and relaxing. I'm going to, I'll help these gay bears get together. But, yeah. Yeah, you notice it's all single beds, too, except for the double beds, which are, you know, homosexual relationships. In the game, I mean. Yeah, so. Anyway, yeah, questions, comments, concerns. Let me hear them. A lot of them are memory holds, so just be aware. Sorry if that's probably going to happen more. And I'd be curious to know if, since my channel is deprioritized, de-amplified, whatever they want to call it. I'm not blacklisted, but it's blacklist adjacent. You know, I would suspect that I have a higher percentage of comments that are just disappeared than other channels. So I don't know, but leave one if I see it. If it exists for me, I will respond. What's your guys' unique positive moment for today? For me, it's finishing Final Fantasy 1, the Pixel Remaster again. Chaos is, yeah, wow. I guess there's a lot of RNG in this time, and man, he can be punishing, very much so, especially because he resists all the stuff, right? Puts haste on himself and then punches you 4 times and instantly one-shots any party member. Yeah, not good. But, yeah. There you go. There you go. That's my unique positive moment. Hopefully your guys is just as good, if not better. Hopefully better, of course. Hope to see you guys next time. Till then, guys, take care.